Okay, so we've got all our musical information inputted here. We've got all our notes in, our chord symbols, text, accent markings, and things. Now we need to adjust the layout, make sure the layout looks right, and then we're ready to turn it in. So the first thing you'll notice is we have this extra measure here. I need to get rid of that. So to do that, I'm going to go to my main window. I just need to drag these regions back by a measure. Oops, there we go. And now it looks correct. I need a final bar line here at the end. So let's drag that in from the part box here. You'll find that here with the repeats. Here's a final bar line. Just drag that in. There we go. Now you'll notice, for one, we don't have the proper instrument names here. And also, we've only got the first 3 instruments bracketed here in the assignment. And also the bar lines don't go all the way down. So we need to adjust some things here in the score. So to do that, we're going to need to create a score set. So let's select all of these instruments here, like this. They're all selected now. I'm going to go up to Layout, Create Score Set from Selection. Now I have a new score set up here that I can work with. So I'm going to go to Show Score Sets. This will bring up my score set window. Let's just name this score, just so we know what it is. Now here I can change the names. So let's start here. Flute, B flat clarinet, oops, bassoon, bass, rhythm, and SATB. So you'll notice once you do that, the names will adjust in the score here. And remember, if you make changes in this window, you have to be looking at the right score set here, up in this filter. If you're looking at this, you won't see the changes you're making here, because you're not looking at the score set. So I'm going to put that back to my score. Okay. Now I only want this bracket here on the first 3 instruments, so I'm going to drag that up there. Now that looks correct. And I don't want the bar lines going all the way down. I only want them on the first 3. So I'm going to drag this up there. Now it looks good. Okay, so now I can close this. Now our project's looking pretty good. So what I want to do now is just double check. It's always good to double check your work. It's very likely you missed something and you don't want to turn it in with a small little error. So let's just go ahead and look through this. Aha, so you'll notice here, these notes here should all be dotted quarter notes, right? So to do that, remember, an eighth note tied to a quarter note is the same length as a dotted quarter note. So we just want to change the way this is displayed in the score. So anytime we want to change the way a note is displayed but not how it sounds, we're going to go up to Functions, Note Attributes, and what we're looking for here is syncopation, and we want to force syncopation on that note. You'll notice that you can just hit W. So I need to do the same thing for these. I'm just going to grab those notes, hit W, and you'll notice how now they're displayed as a dotted quarter note. Okay, we're going to have to do that down here as well. So if you notice, this note should be a quarter note. So I'm going to hit W. There you go, that fixed that. And the same thing here. Hit W. There we go. Now those are looking good. Okay. Got my chord symbols in, got my dynamics. Now here's something that we need to fix, and this is getting a little nitpicky, but right here in the bass and tenor part, you can see these 2 notes colliding. and it kind of makes it difficult to tell who should be singing what note there. It's just kind of blobbed together. If you notice in the assignment here, those notes are separated, so it's easier to see what's going on. So I don't want to click and drag this note like this because that's going to change where it is rhythmically. But I can do that if I use the layout tool. So I'm going to hit escape, pull up the layout tool here. This will let me move this note over but not change where it plays. So now you can see those notes are on the same beat there. Let's drag it a little bit. There you go. They're on the same beat there, but it's easier to tell what note they're supposed to be playing. The same thing happens right here, so let's fix that note. Okay. And let's see. Same thing here. Let's move that over a little bit. Okay. So now let's zoom out here, make sure we've got everything. Now it's looking good. It looks like we're ready to turn this in. So let's go. We're ready to print this. We want to export it as a PDF, so we're going to go up to File, Print, or just hit Command P. I'm going to hit OK here. I want to save this as a PDF down here. And let's just save this to the desktop. And I'm going to call it LP6. Hit save. Okay, now when I go to my desktop here, let's see, desktop, there's my LP6. Okay, so now we can look at it side by side and make sure everything looks good. Yep, everything looks good. So now we're ready to turn this in. So remember, turn in your assignment from the Turn It In page on the course website. And if there's anything you're still kind of stuck on in this assignment, make sure you go back and really make sure you understand it, because exam 1 is going to look a lot like this. So you're going to want to be able to come in confident on all of these features in Logic Pro.